Hey, yo, what's mobbin'? It's your boy Tone Trump, the greatest hustler alive, king of West Philly, and right now I'm rocking with my family. Mikey T, the movie star. If they ain't hating, you ain't winning, let's win. Mikey T, holla at your boy.
You're now flying with First Class Films.
Tell me a little bit about working with the director Ryan Coogler.
The main thing I can say is I don't really go to the movies a lot. And the one movie that I did go see, I went to see, like, I probably seen like 3 in the actual movies. I'm a vicious Netflix and chill boy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm Netflix and chill boy, so I don't really get to the movies much. But one of the movies I did go, like, in the last 5 years, I probably went to the movie 3 times. And one of the movies I went to go see was Fruitvale Station. I'll never forget, I went to go see it with my lady, and we sitting there, like, and it really, it crushed me. Like, it seemed so real. It was done so well, you know, from the acting to the storyline. I knew it was a true story because I had knew a little bit about it. And it just, you know, you don't go to the movies, especially as a man, and expect to feel like sad leaving or like angry, and, like, you know what I mean? I felt so many emotions, and we all know what's going on right now with police killing my people and stuff like that. So to watch that and see it and see the boy, you know, at the end when he's like talking about his daughter, to fast forward up a couple years later to get a chance to work with the director of that film that touched me so much, I couldn't ask for more, man. You know what I'm saying? So it's an honor to work with Ryan Coogler, and it was even more of an extreme honor for him to look for me to be a part of the film. He actually wrote me into the film. It wasn't, you know, it's one of the things that I'm proud of too. It's not like, you know, when he wrote the film, he wrote my part in and my character in for me specifically. So it wasn't like, you know, when I first got the call that there was a chance I could be in the film, I thought I was going to have to read for the movie. And then come to find out, I already had the role. I never forget the feeling. I went to go meet with Ryan. The night before, I'm studying with my lady the whole night. Trying to get that shit down. I'm trying to study my part. And then I go in there and the brother looks at me. He was like, yo, I was just hoping you would do it. I'm like, what? I was all nervous and trying to memorize this shit and everything. And I had the role already. So to work with him was an honor, man. And I definitely hope to work with him again.
What did he teach you, you know, coming from somebody who's starting to make your own movies to working with a major motion picture director?
It's a big difference. That's a good question. It's a big difference. One of the things I noticed right away, this was a big budget film. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had my own trailer. You know, they had an assistant with me. All catered food. You know what I mean? I could be like, yo, I want a peanut butter and jelly with no jelly. One side toasted, the other side not toasted, and it'd be there in 5 minutes. You know what I mean? Whatever I wanted, whatever I was requesting was done. So to compare it to when I'm shooting my own film, when I'm shooting West Side Story, the movie, which is my first film, I co-wrote that with Tay Simmons, and she's directing it. I paid for everything, so it's way more stressful. You know what I mean? I'm financing it. I'm the star of it. I co-wrote it, so it's a whole different vibe than, you know, I get to the set of Creed, and it's just like, you know, they on walkie-talkies like, Tone's here, and then, you know, they introduce me to the girls who's gonna be helping me out all day. They take me to my trailer. I gotta go to hair and makeup. All the food catered, chefed up. I mean, amazing. I'm talking, steak, salmon, and you know what I mean. It was just amazing, man. It was just a great experience. And the main thing I learned, even some of the terminology, hearing, you know, the producers and the director on set and the way they was talking to the cast, and, you know, seeing the chemistry is stuff that I could take with me forever when I do my own films and also do other big budget films. Because for the first time in a long time, I was like a rookie, and I was the new guy. Like, when I'm doing music and when I'm doing the other things I do in business and my stuff with my merchandise and my other businesses, I'm usually like the know-it-all, and I'm showing everybody. And coming into this, and I'm working with people who I watched on movies and watched on TV, and they haven't watched me on movies and TV. Anytime you're a rapper making a transition to film, you feel a burden to have to prove yourself anyway. Because trained actors, these are people who've been acting since they were 2-year-olds. So it's like us looking at, like, if a pop star, like, let's just say Kylie Jenner wanted to put out a rap album, the whole rap community already is looking at it like, here we go with this bullshit. Or one of the Kardashians or something, even though they might end up being good or great or whatever, but the initial response is, oh, there's some bullshit. So when they see a rapper come, they feeling like, here we go with this. You know what I mean? A lot of actors, I remember back in the day when 50 and all them dudes started getting roles, Ice Cube, a lot of the trained actors were upset because they lose jobs like that. Just like us, if they start giving reality stars record deals, that's less record deals for us. So I understand the frustration, but I felt the need to want to prove myself and to really do great. And I felt good, you know, like everybody on the set, behind the scene people on the film, all was coming up to me like, yo, man, you good, man, you can do this, yo, you really connect. You know, even Ryan came to me, was like, yo, you know what you're doing. And it's because I've been preparing myself for that moment for so long. It wasn't like I got the role in Creed and now I want to learn how to act. I'm from West Philly, I've been acting all my life. I used to be in school acting like I was paying attention. You know what I'm saying? Acting like I'm doing my work. In the streets, acting like I ain't selling drugs. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? So it's like, when you growing up in the ghetto, you've been acting your whole life and trying to play your part and trying to act like you ain't doing wrong or acting like you're doing right or whatever. So I felt like I was born to do this. So I learned a lot, man. Even Michael B. Jordan, who I first started learning about him from, I was a big fan of The Wire. He played Wallace on The Wire, so I was already familiar with his work. Fast forward all the way up to, he just did the Fantastic Four. You know what I mean? Like, come on. So to work with him, you know, my first major movie, I'm in a scene with him, and he taught me a lot. I'm so into being my own boss. I hate to even admit that, but you know, he's great at what he's doing. He really taught me a lot. I learned a lot. Like, you know, he pulled me to the side. We would cut. And they told me on this, when you do this, you know, as a way, you know what I mean. So it looks great on camera, and I learned. And I'm gonna use that with me for the rest of the films I do. So that's great, you know what I mean. And I'm humbled by it, and I'm appreciative. So it was a great thing to do.
You're now flying with First Class Films.